restrictions. To help those struggling, Hartford HealthCare set up a support line, and Channel 3's Nicole Nalepa is seeing how it's helped people.
Here to give us some insight into the concerns that surround mental health during this time is Patricia Rehmer, president of the Behavioral Health Network and senior vice president of Hartford HealthCare. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
Now, the coronavirus has created this sort of PTSD effect on so many people. We're talking about loss between lives, jobs, a moment of peace now that the kids are home full time, loss in money that's leading to financial stress. How do you help someone deal with all of this, Patricia?
Well, these are real concerns for people, and I would add into that the isolation that some people are experiencing because they're not at work or not engaging with family members in order to keep themselves safe. I do think PTSD is going to be pretty rampant after, and I'm not sure there's going to be an after, but as we move forward, I think that we are also seeing a good deal of anxiety and, honestly, more depression than we thought we would see. We are really seeing especially a lot of healthcare workers who are struggling with depression.
So unfortunate to hear, especially considering how much they're giving of themselves. But, I mean, given the pandemic, there's a lot that's associated with that. And early on, you set up a number that people could call for free community support if they were struggling. So what types of calls have you been fielding?
We've had over 600 calls since the inception of that hotline, and it really varies in terms of even how long some people talk. We are using that line also to get people into services if they need them.
As for those who already had pre-existing mental health issues before the pandemic, how are they coping?
It's hard. You know, I think one of the things is that if you, for example, had an obsessive-compulsive disorder before the pandemic hit, and so you were hyper-vigilant about your hand washing, and those symptoms clearly have gotten more difficult for some of those individuals. Obviously, everybody's different. We have been trying to keep in very close contact with patients that are currently in treatment through our telehealth. And that's been really successful. And at this point, we are actually having people come in for services.
And if you need that number, we want to show it on our screen. Community Care Center hotline. You can reach it at 1-833-621-0600. Patricia Rehmer, president of the Behavioral Health Network and senior vice president of Hartford HealthCare, thank you for your time.